Hello, and welcome back to Invitation to Puzzles, where we have a cocktail lamp puzzle by Bachelor Seal, one of my personal favorites. I've never done one of these, but it's by Bachelor Seal, which is usually a good sign that something is going to be in that range of not trivial, interesting, but not too hard that I look for this series. So let's hope. So let's read the rules. So you need to shade some cells to form blocks. Regions can only contain one block at most, and it's orthogonally connected. So each block is an orthogonally connected group of shaded cells. A number indicates the size of the block. Shaded cells cannot be adjacent across region borders. I feel like I did a puzzle similar to this once, maybe. The shaded cells never contain a 2x2 square. And all blocks form a diagonally contiguous area. Okay, so the unshaded cells don't have to be contiguous or anything, but the black shaded areas need to be diagonally contiguous, and there need to be no 2x2s. Okay, let's have a look at what is happening. Okay, so I see in this 4 region, if I don't shade that cell, I definitely get a 2x2, which I'm not allowed to have. So that cell's definitely shaded, which means immediately those aren't, and that's not. So that is something. It's contiguous, so that's also shaded, actually. Because once that's shaded, then that has to be shaded because otherwise it's not contiguous. I can't get to 2 contiguous cells without that, so those are shaded and that's not. That's not because it's across a border. They need to diagonally connect though, so that's shaded at the very least. I don't think I immediately know what's going to happen with the rest of this because I don't know what size this one is. This cell's always going to be... oh, no, sorry. I could even do a T. I wasn't even thinking about the T, but I could do the T. Okay, so I probably have to think... Okay, this cell I see can't be shaded because if it is, then it looks like that, which disconnects, which makes it impossible to fit a size 2 shaded region in there. So that cell's always unshaded. Which means that cell's always shaded, which means that cell's always unshaded, which means that cell's always shaded, just sort of bouncing back and forth between these 2s. Did that do anything? I'm not 100% convinced that it did anything. This 2 down here in the corner is kind of interesting because it's going to have to connect to the rest of the world through some sort of shenanigans down here, and I'm not quite sure exactly what those shenanigans are going to be. Okay, will it break if I shade this cell? Because I'll have to shade all of those immediately if I shade that cell. I am just noticing. I don't think that quite destroys this. I was hoping it would break this region, similar to how the other one worked. Obviously, this 3 is either here or here, but I can't see how either one of those breaks right away. It probably has to do with something about how this 4 is connecting out. But it feels like I could put the 3 here and have the 4 connect out through it, or put the 3 up here and have the 4 connect out through it. If I do put the 3 up here, then it makes this whole region done for what it's worth. Let's see, if this 2 comes here, it doesn't actually work, but it's a little complicated to see it. But if this 2 comes here, then it simultaneously forces this to be unshaded and that to be unshaded, which then forces the 3 and the 2 into each other, which does not work. So this is actually not shaded. That's actually the one that's shaded. Oh, I see. I see what I was supposed to do. What I was supposed to do, the elegant, pretty Bachelor Seal approved step, is that I was supposed to say it doesn't matter whether this domino goes this way or this way. That cell's always unshaded. And as soon as I know that cell's unshaded, those two are also unshaded and these three are shaded. And so that then pushes this sort of all around like that. Okay, that I feel much better about. And if you look over here, you'll notice we get to repeat our if this isn't shaded, then the 4 is a square step from before. So that actually unshades all of that nonsense. These two are definitely shaded just by virtue of the fact... Actually, I can even do better. That's shaded because it's connected, so that's unshaded, and so now all 4 of these are connected, or sorry, are shaded. That is the thing I should say. Okay. So that region is done. I can imagine lots of potential paths of diagonal connectedness through here, unfortunately, which is a slight problem. Oh, okay. This, I mean, at least I can. Okay, here's what I can say. Oh, no, not quite. No, I can. The only places that this area up here can connect through are there and there. And both of those are in the region with this shaded cell. So that cell this cell has to be shaded, because if this cell's unshaded, then both of those are unshaded, and this has become disconnected. So I need this shape to grow, which tells me which way my 3 goes. Which then tells me which way my 4 goes. Over there. Okay, now... Oh, this cell was always unshaded. In fact, actually, this would have been easier deduction if you wanted. This cell was always going to be unshaded, so this is going to connect through there. The way we did it was fine, but this cell was unshaded as soon as it was disconnected from the shaded part. So I should have done it as that, and now this only connects through there, which only looks like that. That feels more elegant than the way I did it before. So that, anyway, it gets you the same place, but I think the deduction is cleaner and makes it feel more like, yes, that's definitely what was intended. I've now sort of perforated this region into a bunch of pieces, so I can't do any of that. Okay, probably I'm connecting through here, but I don't... okay, now this 4 actually can't connect through the up. This 4 has to connect... this 4 has to connect through here, which means, in particular, I can't shade this cell, because if I shade this cell, I just lop off this 4 from ever having any friends. And so this needs to connect out of this abyss of green, which it can only do like that. So now this 4 is connected into the abyss. Okay, and so now we're very close to done. This cell certainly needs to be shaded, although it doesn't really do anything, I don't think. Oh, actually, sorry. Yeah, this is much easier than that. This line of green, if this was green, sorry, let me pull up my little pen tool. If this cell was green, I could draw this line across the grid and it would disconnect the shadeds from ever connecting. And so the only place that in fact these can connect through is there, which means that's also shaded. Okay, and so now, by virtue of the fact that this is of size 3, I certainly am not connecting to that cell. I just don't have enough cells. I'm pretty sure that if I connect here, I make it impossible for the 2 to connect to anything. Just to show you that and convince myself it's actually true. If I do shade that cell, then I unshade all of this. This area I know is shaded. Actually, yeah, let's do it that way. This will be much nicer. I keep figuring out after doing the deduction the wrong way what the right way to do the deduction was, which is a sign of a good puzzle, by the way, is if you are struggling to sort of see the thing and then you're like, I see it a way. And then once you see it that way, you sort of take the moment and pause and take the beat and then see, oh, this was the right way to see it. And I know that was the right way to see it. I think that's usually a sign that things are going very well. And so the right thing to do is say, okay, now this is an island that needs to connect through here, and I need to keep this going until it connects. So it needs to go at least that far. But now the problem is if I actually have it connect here, that is, if I shade this cell, now I have isolated this 2 completely, and that's now much more clear. So I have to actually do it that way. Now this still hasn't found its home, which means it needs to connect through the 2. And now the 2 can't go that way. It can't make it there. This is going to be shaded, so those aren't, and so that should finish the puzzle. Very nice puzzle. I'd never seen this genre before, but that's a pretty cool puzzle. What is a cocktail lamp? Is it like what I would call a lava lamp? I don't even know, actually. Puzzlink just calls it a cocktail puzzle, so I was a little curious what a cocktail puzzle was. But having the further description cocktail lamp, I admit, has not completely demystified what exactly was happening. All right, though. That's going to be all for today's video. Let me know how you enjoyed that. I hope you also enjoyed that, and I'll see you next time on Invitation to Puzzles. Bye for now.